Halloween is one of the most important holidays for candy sellers. What is the strategy? What's the best costume? Do sales go up or down? Is the candy cheaper or more expensive during Halloween? Everyone will be buying candy to hand out during Halloween nights. So, can you sell the candy you get from trick-or-treating for more money? In this in-depth candy cartel analysis video, we will explore the best costumes to wear to optimize candy from houses during trick-or-treating. We will also see what happens during Halloween week as a candy seller at school from my experience. This is top secret candy cartel intel, so only candy cartel members can watch this video. To make a lot of money selling candy at school, make sure to subscribe now and join the candy cartel. Let's just get right into it. Costumes. Now we will analyze which costumes will result in the most candy gathered during Halloween, or if your school allows you for dressing up, what costume you should wear during school. Now, what will make homeowners that participate in Halloween give you candy? They must be able to recognize what you're dressing up as first. Therefore, the best and easiest choices for costumes would be to dress up as characters from recent popular movies. In my opinion, some of the best costumes right now would be the Joker, any superhero from the Avengers, Thanos, Toy Story, and most Disney characters. Now, as a candy seller, what should you dress up as during school? You could follow any of the recommendations before, or you could get into candy selling specifics. One of the best costumes I could think of for candy sellers would be SpongeBob and Patrick. Now, hear me out. You must sell chocolate that day. This is a good costume because SpongeBob sold chocolate in one of the episodes. Therefore, it means SpongeBob is part of the candy cartel, one of the OG candy sellers. The goal is to create a spectacle at your school that attracts attention, but is not too crazy at the same time. That attention is free advertising, as then they could see you sell candy and chips, and will know that you sell and will buy from you, and will play along with the joke in the case for SpongeBob. So, if you use this strategy, make sure to always reference this specific episode. Now, let's get into trick-or-treating on Halloween night. You could empty out your backpack with a duffel bag you use to sell candy regularly, or you could take a pillowcase or something similar. Make sure you have a large enough bag to carry all this candy that you're going to be getting if you follow these strategies. I personally used my own Snack Dealer Elite duffel bag, but you could use anything as anything works, but more on the bigger side will be better. When you approach houses, make sure to have a small container. It's some sort of psychological trick where they see you put in a small container, they won't feel as bad as giving you a lot of candy. But if you show them a big container with a lot of candy already from previous houses, they will most likely give you less candy. So make sure to approach the house with a small container, then add it to your main stash later. Have it in a backpack, put it in the bush outside of the house, and then walk up to the door with your little bucket, and they will give you candy. And they won't be restricted as if they see the more candy you have in your backpack outside. Now, make sure to hide it so no one steals it. In addition, if you're hitting the streets on Halloween and you got your recognizable costume ready to go, it is time to start getting free candy. Think back to previous years and know which neighborhoods you'll be hitting that worked in the past. If you are new and have no idea where to start, I recommend volume. Go to as many neighborhoods as possible and see which one works for you. It would be best to start early, right before sunset, when houses still have candy, and you must be fast hitting as many houses as possible to maximize the candy gathered. I also recommend going with a younger sibling or family member, as younger kids usually get the most candy, and as you get older, sometimes people do not give as much. Start hitting some neighborhoods that have a lot of people walking around. That means the houses are actively giving candy since so many people are in the streets. Make sure to have your best costume on point and have manners when greeting people at the door. Kindly greet them and smile when saying trick or treat. Plan and look up online the route you'll be taking with a backup neighborhood if the first ones are not hitting and putting out candy. No time to waste searching for houses during the prime time of Halloween, which is around 6 to 9 p.m. If you plan to hit a Halloween party or go to events like haunted houses after, make sure to do it after your trick-or-treating run and leave your candy safely in your car or back at your house if it's close by. Now, we'll be getting into this high IQ trick-or-treat strategy houses and homeowners do not want you to know about. After you run through a neighborhood that is giving a lot of candy in large numbers, I would recommend having a second costume ready to make a second round of trick-or-treating. If you are in groups, go again, but solo with different costumes. Remember, you are trying to trick the houses that you're a different kid. Also, try to change the pitch of your voice, just in case. The first time go, trick or treat! The second time go, hello ma'am, I hope you're having a nice evening. May I please have some treats? That's when your younger kid decoy will also make a second round of candy and make more money, but make sure they have a second costume as well. If it's also working well and you come prepared, you could do this for many rounds until they start catching on, and then it's time to move on to the next neighborhood. What to do with your candy haul. First, I would recommend eating very little amounts of the candy, and maybe just stick to your favorites. But if you want to fully maximize your Halloween candy, you must do the following. Number 1, strategy. Give away candy at school. When you return to school, give out candy to spread the word about your business. Have a free candy day where all your customers get your free candy that you got on Halloween. No cost to you, and it's a bunch of free advertising for your business. Most of the time, unfortunately, sales will go down shortly after Halloween because everyone has been eating candy. But if it's free, they will not turn you down. Give away candy and tell them that you're selling chips and drinks, and maybe you could get a few sales out of this tactic. You will meet new potential customers when people come up to you trying to get candy. So next time, you know their names already, and you will not be scared to approach them since you already met before. Speaking of which, I am still giving away a free pack of Skittles and Starburst in all my videos. If you would like one, drop a like on this video, and I will send it out to a subscriber who wins. Strategy number 2, you could sell the candy. Now, you may have a wide variety of candy from different houses that could vary in size, shape, and quality. You could separate them in small bunches and sell these packs for 50 cents. Cheap, so people could buy candy if they need an emergency snack. Get those little plastic baggies and fill them up evenly and sell them. I would call them the mystery bag of candy. It creates excitement in your customers, and they'll be compelled to buy the bag because they do not know what candy they'll get from the mystery bag. If the candy is not selling, I would just recommend you stick to the first strategy, or try selling them in a later week. From my experience, candy sellers' experience during Halloween, it changes the market for candy at your school for a short while. Firstly, sometimes there's a shortage of candies in stores, but most of the time, there's a lot of new options you could take advantage of when you're choosing what to restock with. I recently have been having trouble when I order some of my supply online. Large delays, as many people are doing the same thing. Stores usually run promotions trying to sell candy after Halloween to get rid of their surplus. So if you restock on right after Halloween, you can save some money and profit per sale by taking advantage of these deals. But usually most of the time, these deals are already running before Halloween. I would also say sales may be slow in candy for a few days after, however, not for other types of chips. Many people will be sugar sick from eating too much candy, so selling spicy items like hot chips may be the move in appealing to the temporary change in demographic demand during the period after Halloween. So you could still keep selling other snacks beside candy or chocolate like chips and drinks. If nothing is selling, you could take a break to restock or lower risk of getting caught by laying low for a while, then return to selling during early November. Overall, Halloween is a special day to all candy sellers, and really anybody could take advantage of the holiday to make a lot of money by using the strategies I've outlined. Usually the candy options increase significantly in stores and right after Halloween ends, so it'd be smart to be on the lookout throughout this week. If you're going trick-or-treating, have a good costume of a popular movie character that the adults in the homes will recognize, and be nice and make sure to hit volume in a lot of houses. Start early and you could change costumes and hit the houses a second time if you have a high IQ. with the candy you get during trick-or-treating, you could give it away and promote your business, or you could attempt to sell the candy. Last but not least, the last key to success is to subscribe and turn on notifications. Then go out to my Instagram and follow it at PapiChuloTV. Never forget, this was PapiChuloTV, and I always got what you need. I'll see you at the top. Click here to watch the next video, or here to watch an entire candy selling playlist. I'll see you there.